Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. For in this video, I will be discussing the 2003 film Master and Commander: The Fourth Side of the World. And of course, it stars Russell Crowe as Captain Jack Aubrey, who is the commander of this uh, British ship called HMS Surprise. And of course, this movie is supposed to take place in 1804 during the British and French war when Napoleon was in control of France. Then he's trying to control everything, and of course, Captain Aubry so also closed orders to capture this particular French battleship. And of course, at the beginning of the film, they have an attack right away from this French ship. And of course, they're going back and forth, and they're trying to track the French ship, and the French ship's trying to track them, and it's almost like a cat and mouse game almost. And the big attack they had at the beginning of the film causes damage to the ship. And of course, a good chunk of the film takes place in the Galapagos Islands. When you do see the nature part of it, because the ship's doctor, uh, his hobby is studying animals and bugs and beetles and all that type of stuff. So he's fascinated with the Galapagos Islands. And then, of course, at the end of the film, of course, they go back to the battle chasing the ship down. And of course, what happens, of course, I'm not going to give away the ending, because it is kind of a humorous ending in the end of this film. Uh, but in terms of the film, it is strictly a guy picture, a guy movie. The problem, of course, with this movie that I have is too much of a guy movie. I mean, if you're not interested in looking at guys for over 2 hours, I mean, it's just, you know, yeah, I mean, it's not the movie for you. But in terms of Master Command, it is a good movie. It does hold you in suspense for the battle scenes and how they try and track the ship down. Uh, but also vice versa is how you don't really see the other point of view for the French ship tracking them down. And see how they figure out how to track their ship down. I guess if they do that, and they did both sides of the film, I have both perspectives on it. Because we ruined the ending of the film, which, like I said, I'm not going to give it away. But in terms of the film itself, I thought it was a good film, and a great. Russell Crowe gives a terrific performance, and he really carries the film. Not only that he carries the film, but also the guy who plays the doctor. He's also, I don't know his name, but he also does a very good job. Of course, the problem that some political correct nuts would have out there is that in this ship they do have kids were serving on this ship. I mean, kids from anywhere could be anywhere from like 10 to 13, 14, 15-year-old kids serving on the ship with old guys on here. So, so of course, actually, of course, the PC and the politically correct nuts out there will complain that you have too many young kids, on this ship. I mean, they look like some of them look like 12 years old. And at one point, one of these young kids in the first battle loses an arm, and when you don't see it edited that way in the film, but you do have when the doctor starts to cut this kid's arm off, and it's you know even though you don't actually see the doctor cutting the arm, but it's implied that he's doing it. And of course, the rest of the film, you see the kid with missing an arm. But that was very, rough scene to watch. And there was another scene where the doctor himself gets injured, and he has to perform the surgery himself. It's also pretty gruesome scene to watch, but it's ended in such a way where it's not as gruesome as you will see, let's say, on a doctor's show, like ER or the Chicago Med Show that's currently on television today. But for the most part, this film is pretty good Go watch it. Watch it for like a little more than it's about a 2 hour 20 minute movie. So maybe slightly long. In terms of the Galapagos Islands sequence, it's also pretty long because I figured if they concentrate on just the cat and mouse game between the French ship and the British ship in the film, they could maybe hopefully sustain you for a 2 hour 20 minute film. But they constantly break off the battles constantly in this film. There are several long breaks between the battles. I know they're searching for the French ship, and I know the French ship is tracking them, and vice versa. But it takes too long. There's too many sequences where it takes too long to get to the actual battle scenes, which of course is what you want to see in a film like this. But for the most part, they do have very good sequences. They do have very good action pieces in here. And of course, the Russell Crowe's performances, of course, is very good performances. Of course, he follows the two movies that he should win for Best Actor. One was Gladiator, which of course he won the Academy Award for. The other was A Beautiful Mind, which he also should have won the Academy Award for. But Russell Crowe is notorious for being hard to work with. Uh, but in this film, he really does a terrific performance in this film. I always wonder what the hell happened to Russell Crowe's career, because he hasn't really done all the many roles since this movie. And this movie came out like in 2003, and we're now in 2016 now. But in terms of the film itself, like I said, it will hold your interest for 2 hours, for 2 hours and 20 minutes. But I feel like they should cut it down to maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes. I think it should be 10 minutes shorter. Because the Galapagos Island stuff, I think that went a little bit too long. That particular part of it. Because to me, that part of it became. And even though it was interesting to see the Galapagos Islands and the doctor going nuts and trying to collect these animals, but I thought it was an unnecessary part of it, or an unnecessary scene. Because I want to get back to the main plot, which was of course looking for this friendship. But for the most part, it was an entertaining film. I do recommend the film. Uh, to watch, especially if you happen to be a Russell Crowe fan or a fan of movies or seagoing films, which of course like movies like Rooney and Bounty. That if you like that type of a film, you're going to like this one. Uh, but of course, like I said, the end of the movie is kind of funny. Uh, well, okay, what the hell? Spoiler. They do capture the ship at the end of the film, and when the crew of the HMS Surprise go on the friendship, they go to where I guess you say the sick bay. Use a Star Trek term, the sick bay or the medical part of the ship, and they're running, searching for the captain of the ship. And they see who was supposed to be the doctor. And say, "Hey, the captain just died about a few minutes ago." Okay, but the captain ordered me to give you, before he died, he ordered me to give you the sword. So he gives Russell Crowe the sword. I said, okay, we kept to the ship. And then he gave his probably second in command orders to take over to be the captain of the ship. And we meet, you dock here and you can repair the ship. And then we meet here and then we, go back to England together. So we'll send back to England together, two ships. So alright, and then they found out, or Russell Crowe finds out, that he didn't talk to the doctor. The doctor was dead. What he actually talked to was the actual captain involved, and of course, sat back course to the other ship. And they found out that they've been had. Uh, I thought that was a great, funny twist in it, because usually in a movie like this, you ever have a, you do kind of have a twist like that sometimes in a movie like this, but the way they did it was kind of humorous, and I busted out laughing, and they got fake like that. But in terms of the film, even though they had a funny twist in the end, but you could almost kind of see with the twist that they were going to fake this cool out. You could almost see it coming. But it was a fun. I mean, I do like twists like that, especially the way that Russell Crowe played the scene and the way that the ship's doctor played that scene. It was pretty funny. I mean, the way they played it was funny. Uh, but you can see, like I said before, you can see that plot twist coming. So that's my review. I know I'm doing a short review because I don't much I could say about this film that I've already said. Uh, like I said, there were scenes that go on too long. There's one particular scene where Russell Crowe explains his relationship with Admiral Nelson, who was a famous British naval officer. Uh, that stuff went too long, a little bit. His camaraderie with the crew when it was fine, and how there was one particular sequence where he had to chew out his crew because there was one particular officer who was like the on deck officer who was supposed to be on duty, and nobody saluted him. For some reason, nobody saluted this particular officer, and so Russell Crowe decides to chew him out and say, "Hey, look, this guy is the on deck officer, and you're ignoring him. You're supposed to salute him when he's walking on the deck, when he's on duty, and you ignore him. Why are you ignoring this officer?" Well, because he's funny. You know, he's a weird guy. You know that stuff, and we don't like him. And I said, I don't care if you like him or not. He is the on deck officer. You're supposed to have respect for his position. If you don't like me, I don't care. The captain of the ship is supposed to salute me. Well, he's on duty. You're on duty. He's your superior officer. You're supposed to salute him. So then at that point, everybody starts saluting him like out of spite, and this guy went nuts, and he decided to kill himself. And of course, the coach threw out the whole crew for it because of how you treated him. He killed himself because of the way you treated this guy. So that was a heart-wrenching scene as well. But like I said before, most of this movie is pretty watchable. But like I said earlier, I felt like they stretched out the movie a little bit too much. Not as much as the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, where they definitely stretched it out for like 20 minutes. But this film, they stretched it out only about maybe 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. But even though despite that, I still feel it's an entertaining form and entertainment. And that's my review of Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World. Now, for some reason, this movie, this particular DVD that I have, it's supposed to have like audio commentary on it, and I think it was a different version of this DVD that actually has the audio commentary on it. If you want, you have to like download it or something, and I didn't want to go through that. I didn't want to go through the hassle, so I never did. But the movie itself is still, it still holds up. It's still one of the decent roles that Russell Crowe has, and you can see what good actor Russell Crowe is. So that's my review of Master and Commander. Please check on the video. Please rate it. Feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. And also, you can check out all my videos, not only on my YouTube channel, but also at rowdyc.com. It's ROWDY.com. And also, I run a few pages on Facebook, so you can check them out, like Met fan page, a Retired Number page, a Star Wars fan page. Keeping myself busy running those pages, so please check them out as well. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.